while ago, Amber said that she's been hearing from people talking about The Fever that this is the best movie they've watched.
Oh, no.
Because of everything that happened. You're in the middle of this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you see what they were talking about? And how do you feel about a comment about that?
Yeah, I think...
What if the secret to the Indiana Fever's future isn't just Caitlin Clark? What if the player who truly holds the key to their success is the one teammate Clark fears losing the most? The answer is far from what you'd expect and exposes the fragile balance between loyalty and business in the WNBA. The Fever's 2025 Venabi Juan season was meant to be a triumphant march, but it quickly became a battle for survival. The team was struck by a devastating wave of injuries that sidelined key players, including stars Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, threatening to derail their promising year completely. With their backs against the wall and playoff hopes fading, the team desperately needed a hero. They found one in the most unexpected place. Enter Lexie Hull. After starting numerous games the previous year, her role on the team had noticeably diminished. But as stars began succumbing to injury, Hull was thrust from the bench directly into the fire. She didn't just fill a slot, she became the gritty, unshakable heart of a team fighting to survive. It wasn't about flashy plays or record-breaking stats. It was pure, unfiltered effort at the moments that mattered most. Her performance in the playoffs was nothing short of legendary. Hull played through a painful back injury that would have sidelined most athletes, embodying the toughness the team desperately required. This wasn't just playing hurt, it was sheer will. Her relentless, nearly reckless energy on the court became the Fever's driving force, proving she was more than a role player. She was a leader, but that wasn't the full story. The person who noticed most was the franchise face herself, Caitlin Clark. In a candid exit interview, Clark didn't hold back, declaring every team in the league should covet a player like Lexie Hull. She praised Hull's selfless, fearless style of play, acknowledging she was the kind of teammate who would put everything on the line. It was the ultimate endorsement, a clear signal of how crucial Hull had become in the locker room. And what happened next shocked everyone. Just as fans celebrated their newfound hero, the truth was revealed. The player who had carried the team through its darkest moments, publicly lauded by Caitlin Clark, was not guaranteed to return. Lexie Hull's contract had expired, making her a restricted free agent. The core of the team's remarkable playoff run was suddenly on the open market. This leaves the Indiana Fever's front office in a nearly impossible spot. In a league governed by numbers and salary caps, how do you reward a player whose biggest contributions rarely appear on the stat sheet? With a roster full of free agents, management faces brutal choices. Loyalty and grit are priceless, but are they enough to secure a future with the team? The stakes couldn't be higher for Indiana. After years in the EA basement of league standings, the Fever finally found their rhythm in 2024 and carried momentum into 2025. They weren't just competitive, they were legitimate contenders. The chemistry between Clark and Hull became one of the most underrated pillars of their success. While Clark shined with her playmaking and scoring, Hull worked in the shadows, doing the dirty work champions rely on. Think about what Hull brings beyond the box score. She dives for loose balls in the fourth quarter when legs are spent and bodies ache. She sets crushing screens that free Clark for highlight reel threes. She anchors the defense, taking the toughest assignments without complaint. These contributions don't make sports shows, but they are the foundation of championship teams. Now, the front office faces a critical choice. Do they invest heavily to retain Hull, knowing other teams will compete? Or take a calculated gamble, hoping to find similar production elsewhere while allocating resources differently? The complexity deepens considering the locker room message. Letting Hull walk after everything she sacrificed, what does it say about the organization's values? WNBA history is full of cautionary tales of teams losing key role players, only to see chemistry collapse. Sometimes it's not about stats, it's about intangibles. Hull's influence on team culture, her willingness to embrace any role, and her ability to elevate in clutch moments are rare and priceless. Caitlin Clark's public endorsement adds pressure. The franchise player has drawn a line in the sand. This is who she wants. Front offices ignore that at their own peril. Chemistry and trust aren't manufactured overnight. Breaking a winning formula is always a gamble. Can the Fever afford to lose the player who may glue their championship aspirations together? Consider the stakes. Clark is early in her career, but already a generational talent defining the Fever's future. Keeping her happy isn't just business. It's essential to the franchise's survival. When your superstar identifies a teammate who elevates her, you listen. Praising intangibles and selflessness, Clark vouches for Hull's character and value to team success. Restricted free agency gives Indiana leverage. They can match any offer Hull receives. But matching is one thing. Making her feel genuinely valued is another. Money talks, but so does respect. Hull proved she'd sacrifice her body. Will the team sacrifice for her? The intrigue deepens as other teams observe Hull's playoff performance. Contenders needing toughness and versatility are circling. GMs are likely preparing offer sheets to either poach Hull or force Indiana to overpay. The WNBA's financial reality adds complexity. Unlike the NBA, WNBA teams have tight caps. Every dollar counts. Roster building requires precision. The Fever must balance keeping their core and maintaining flexibility. One misstep could set the franchise back years. But what if Indiana lets Hull go? They may save money and find another player to replicate some stats, but can they replace what she means to Caitlin Clark? The trust built over countless games and practices? The respect earned in that locker room? Probably not. This makes the situation so critical. The Fever aren't just deciding on one player, they're defining what kind of organization they are. Do they value loyalty and sacrifice, or are they transactional? Do they heed their franchise star or think they know better? Do they recognize that the most crucial players aren't always the biggest names? As the offseason unfolds, all eyes are on Indiana's front office. Their choices won't just shape next season, they reveal the organization's character. Will they retain the player who bled for them? Or become another team letting loyalty slip away for financial flexibility? Lexie Hull has already proven she belongs in the league. The question now, will it be in a Fever jersey or elsewhere? The clock is ticking. Somewhere in Indianapolis, executives crunch numbers, weigh options, and replay Hull's playoff moments. Every choice is scrutinized, debated, judged by wins and losses. For Lexie Hull, this is the moment every pro athlete dreams of and fears. Years of hard work, respect from peers, and admiration from fans hang in the balance. She's done everything asked and more. The ultimate teammate, professional, warrior who played through pain. Now she waits to see if that's enough. For Caitlin Clark, it's a different test. She advocated for her teammate, spotlighted a quiet hero, and now sees if her voice holds weight. For the Indiana Fever, this is defining. From league basement to contender, they've built something special that resonated with fans and intimidated opponents. Do they have the wisdom and courage to nurture it? Or will short-sighted decisions cost them years? The answer will come soon, revealing everything about Indiana Fever's commitment to winning, understanding of team building, and willingness to reward those who give their all. This isn't just basketball, it's values, character, and being part of something bigger than yourself. Lexie Hull's story continues, and the next chapter will show if loyalty still matters in professional sports or becomes another casualty of business.